What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dante back with another video. Thank you for joining me, and today I wanted to talk about basketball. The 2021-2022 NBA season started about a month and a half ago, and I still haven't talked about anything about it. Nothing. I didn't give my predictions, nothing. But I think now's the perfect time to just come in, put a nice little video out, and just talk about what's going on. So today is going to be an update video, an update up to this point so far about the 2021-2022 NBA season. But before I get this video started, if you like what I'm talking about, give your boy a like, you feel me, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you got something to say, let me know in the comments, and we just about to get it going. So the first team on this list that I have right now is the Golden State Warriors, and going into the season, I was a hater on the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was a hater. I was one of those guys talking about the Warriors aren't gonna go to the playoffs. I was one of those guys saying that they weren't gonna win 50 games, but so far them boys are looking really good, like really good. They have the NBA's best record. Stephen Curry's looking like an MVP, and they just shut down all the haters, and I can't say anything. But what I'm going to do is just give them praise. Like I said, Steph Curry is looking like an MVP. Draymond Green is doing his thing. Steve Kerr is utilizing his talent to the best of their capabilities. Jordan Poole is looking like a potential 6th Man of the Year candidate. They just have a really fluid team, and they know how to play basketball. They pass the ball really well. They play defense extremely well. Off the top of my head, I want to say that they're top 5 in offensive rating and defensive rating. And like I said, I can't say anything bad about these boys. Them boys are definitely doing their thing, and shout out to the Warriors. Stephen Curry might win his 3rd MVP this year. So on to the next team is the Brooklyn Nets. As you guys know, the Brooklyn Nets will potentially be without Kyrie Irving for the full season due to the COVID vaccine mandate. And the Brooklyn Nets are honestly still doing their thing, man. Up to this point of me recording this video, they are the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And I just want to point something out. You know, you got Kevin Durant, extremely efficient. He's doing his thing. Like, the way he scores the ball is just so beautiful. You know, he is really efficient. He takes a lot of mid-range shots, and he's just really calculated in the way he, you know, scores the ball. Like, it's really beautiful to see. But the one thing I do want to note to you guys is James Harden isn't 100%. James Harden isn't the James Harden that we're used to. Yet the Brooklyn Nets are still the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. So I think that, you feel me, the rest of the Eastern Conference should be scared, because it's only a matter of time before he comes back into what he was before the injury. You know, that hamstring injury that limited him in the playoffs. And as you can see, or just watching him, he's just not himself. And I honestly think it's because of that hamstring injury. It's only a matter of time before James Harden comes back and is that James Harden that we're used to. There was a conversation, you know, during the beginning of the season with the rule changes. And honestly, James Harden was the poster boy for that. Because as you know, in Houston, he was averaging 8, 9, 10, 11 free throw attempts a game. And for this, maybe the first 10 games of the season, his free throw attempts were down from what we were used to. You know, 4, 2, 1. But I think he's persevering. And these last few games, the latest game that the Brooklyn Nets had, he had 20 free throw attempts and he had 33 points. It's going to be curtains for the rest of the Eastern Conference once he gets it going. You know, like I said, KD doing his thing, and Harden, once they get to, you know, playing beautiful basketball together and they're both on the same page offensively, it's a wrap. And another team I want to talk about is the Los Angeles Lakers, man. Them boys are, I don't really know what's going on right now. It's extremely early. We haven't even played 25 games yet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like before we, you know, analyze this team or, you know, dive deep into this team, let's give it into All-Star break. You know, LeBron just came back from that abdominal strain. You know, he missed a few games, and he's, you know, just trying to get healthy. You know, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony. You know, the Lakers only brought back 3 players from that team last year, which happened to be LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Talen Horton-Tucker. Everybody else, brand new. So can we just give them time? We have to give them time to see how they gel once everybody's healthy, because they're still missing Trevor Ariza, who's going to be a lockdown defender on that perimeter. They're still missing Kendrick Nunn, who is going to be providing some big minutes in the fourth quarter and hitting spot up threes. They're still missing, just key guys because they're just dealing with all these injuries. So before we dive deep down into this team, let's give them time. But as of right now, they look suspect. But that's all I'm going to say right now for the Lakers. Another team I want to talk about is the New Orleans Pelicans and the Zion Williamson injury. They got a first-year coach in Willie Green, and, I think he's doing a pretty decent job for what he has. But, as a team that, wants to make a deep run in the playoffs and keep Zion Williamson, I feel like they should have hired somebody else. But that's just my opinion. Zion Williamson hasn't played a single game this season because this offseason he fractured his foot. And it's just kind of unfortunate to see him out again. He's a big dude. There were conversations this all season that he reached north of 300 pounds. That's a big dude. He's in New Orleans, so he's eating all that good food. You feel me? That jambalaya, that crawfish, them blue crab beignets. So he's going crazy down there. And like I said, he has that fractured foot. So he's not able to get that cardio he's used to lose that weight if he's eating so heavily. But you know what I'm saying? The New Orleans Pelicans really ain't making no noise down there. And Brandon Ingram's been missing a few games with, some injuries of his own. And, let's say Zion Williamson gets back around the 25-30 point game mark. I'm pretty sure the Pelicans are honestly going to be, if not last in the Western Conference, they're going to be second to last in the Western Conference. So I don't know what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that organization just needs to just take some time and really figure it out. A surprise team that honestly nobody had on their radar is the Washington Wizards. And you'll be telling me a damn lie if before the season you said the Washington Wizards would be at the top of the Eastern Conference. I will look you dead in your eye and tell you lying, because that's mad cap. Because they surprised me. You know what I'm saying? I wrote them off. I wrote the Washington Wizards off. A few acquisitions that they had this offseason were Kyle Kuzma. Okay. They got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Montrezl Harrell. But I'm sitting right here telling you that they're at the top of the, alongside the Brooklyn Nets, at the top of the Eastern Conference. I did not see that coming, and I'm pretty sure you didn't see that coming. I really haven't watched too much of this team. But going forward from this video, I really want to start watching them more and just seeing exactly what it is that they're so good at. You know what I'm saying? Why are they all of a sudden at the top of the Eastern Conference rather than last year? And honestly, the only difference is them having Russell Westbrook last year and this season not having Russell Westbrook. So, like I said, I'm gonna watch them and see what they got and see what they do going forward. A few disappointing teams that I want to talk about right now are the Sacramento Kings and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I just feel like those are two organizations that really just can't seem to get it right. The Sacramento Kings have the longest playoff drought right now. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2007. 2007. So that's going on 15 years. And honestly, it doesn't look like they're going to make it to the playoffs this year. At the beginning of the season, every team is extremely optimistic. And I feel like every single year, you got people saying, watch out for the Sacramento Kings, watch out for the Minnesota Timberwolves. But as of right now, we're not even at the 25-game mark of the season. And them boys are honestly looking like they're not even going to be in contention for the play-in game. Like, it's every single year with these teams. Like, what are they doing wrong? Like, why can't they seem to get it right? And they're a team that isn't at the top, and they're just all constantly getting lottery picks. So what is it? Like, what are they doing wrong? Like, why can't they seem to get a pick that's going to change their franchise around? They got De'Aaron Fox. He's a really good player. He's a stud. They got Tyrese Halliburton. They still got Buddy Hield. They got Marvin Bagley. Like, all these lottery picks, but you just can't seem to string anything along. And honestly, you got to start, talking about Luke Walton being on that hot seat. I personally don't think he's a good coach. Or I think the only reason he had a little hype around him was because he was messing with Steve Kerr and Golden State Warriors. When Steve Kerr was dealing with his injuries, Luke Walton was at the head of that team as the head coach when they went in that 24-game win streak to start the season in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And I think at that point, everybody just seen Luke Walton like he was the next up-and-coming head coach. But a few years in Sacramento proved like he's not that guy. And I just honestly think that the Sacramento Kings need to move up off him, get a coach that them young players respect, and maybe, you feel me, try something else. Maybe just, I don't know what their problem is. And the same thing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, I feel like they got a lot of good talent. You got Karl Anthony Towns, you got D'Angelo Russell, and you had the #1 pick in the draft last year with Anthony Edwards. But yet you guys aren't making these pushes to get to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You guys aren't making these pushes to get into the play-in. And it's kind of making me mad, bro, because every single year you're getting a lottery pick and you're not doing anything with it. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, what's the excuse? Come on, just sit up here and tell me what's the excuse for these dudes. Talk to me, like, cause maybe maybe I don't know something. I don't know what's the excuse, man. So, you feel me? I don't know. So as of right now, you know, I honestly think it's a two-man MVP race right now between Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Both teams are leading their respective conferences, and I think down the stretch of this season, it's going to be pretty fun. You know, you got Steph Curry, who is chasing Ray Allen for the all-time leader in three-point makes, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. You know what I'm saying? The greatest shooter of all time. He's going to do it this year, and he's going to do it before the All-Star break. So get ready for that. And then you got KD, is just ice cold, smooth. You know what I'm saying? Smooth. That boy smooth. That boy can get a bucket. That boy can do it efficiently. Like, it's going to be pretty interesting, especially if the Brooklyn Nets aren't getting Kyrie back and it's just going to be James Harden and Kevin Durant. It's really going to be interesting to see how this season plays out. But I don't want to keep y'all too long. I know this video might be a little too long, but I just really wanted to come in here and talk about what I thought of the NBA season so far. You know what I'm saying? What I thought, add my little commentary to what I've seen this season in the NBA. So like I said when I started the video, if you like what I'm talking about, give your boy a like, you feel me? If you're new to the channel, subscribe, you'll really like it here. You feel me? If you got something to say, let me know in the comments, man. You feel me? Let me know, add something. Hit that, you feel me? Comment something, man. I would love to hear y'all feedback, man. For real. I would love to hear y'all feedback. But until next time, peace out, family. It's your boy. Holla at your boy, man. For real. Holla at your boy.